and what they need. And we're looking to organize the Discord a little bit better, so it's more community focused with the different sections for givers and makers and roles for that. So there can be places for whether project makers can collaborate with each other or get to know donors better, just be a little bit more community oriented, because we've been so collaborator focused in our Discord. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and we have 1,111 verified projects on Giveth as of this morning. So that's kind of cool as well. So I will pass it over to Forrest for conflict resolution updates.
Hey everyone, I'm Forrest. Working on getting the conflict resolution working group going. So we've got some exciting updates. Linked at the top, you can see we've got our overview doc in Notion that goes through all the details of the conflict resolution working group. And also Ben and myself have been collaboratively creating a resource directory, which we're really excited about. It's a work in progress. We'll share the link when it's ready. So this will be something, we can always add to. And if you have things you'd like to add, feel free. It's got organized, really helpful, categorized content that is intended to be like a self-paced resource around compassionate communication and conflict resolution and personal development, pulled from many different teachers and philosophies, so that when you have tensions arise, as a first step, you can go here and look to find some really great resources to help you resolve it. And then if you are interested in conflict resolution and communication skills, we have our next Graviton training beginning the second week of April. You can DM me or Ben or Juan Carlos if you are interested in joining that. Back to you, Ashley.
Thanks, Forrest. It's cool to see it coming along. Let's move to a plat group and job listing for that on the recruit tree thing right now, or where would people go if they wanted to apply?
I don't think so, but Marco is actually looking for. We are actually looking for someone, but I think Marco have to put it on recruiting.
Okay, so if you're interested or know anybody interested, hit up Marco. All right. So let's move on. Governance circle. We got the governance working group and the DAO working group, and the mission is to progressively decentralize the Giveth decision-making process by building a community and a token-based economy around our platform that recognizes contributions, values participation, and rewards altruism. And is it the governance working group is up. That's you, Griff.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Ashley. So first off, vacation. I think Marco is the only one I have on the list for vacation, other than Mitch, Lauren, Willie, and I are all sort of still recovering from East Denver, traveling around. But I think all of that ends on Monday, and we're all back to it's great. As far as updates, there aren't too many updates. Mitch made some awesome posts about token swaps with TEC and DAppNode. I don't know if he's going to talk more about that in his slide, but definitely check those forum posts out. And there's a really interesting forum post on from the Taoist for a party in Mexico. And because of the time situation, even though they knew that we had a 5-day requirement of advice process, they elected to put it on Gardens anyway, which I think just brings to a challenge to our processes that maybe we need to also consider time dependent situations in our processes. So that's while the Taoist party in Mexico sounds great and all that, I just want to bring up, like, from a governance perspective, how we feel about the rules of requiring a 5-day advice process before something goes up on the Gardens as a case of time dependency. So worth discussing, and the forum post is a great place to do it. Also, I forgot to start with buddy review calls. Make sure to ping your buddies. You should have a buddy review call at least once a month. The first buddy, it doesn't always have to be like a formal review. That should happen at least every 3 months, but at least check in with your buddy, schedule an hour call, make sure they're feeling comfortable, and leave the space for people to talk about how things are going. So always worth mentioning the buddy review calls. And of course, as always, I'm asking once again do you know a DevOps person? We need DevOps help, please. I'm really excited to get back into the swing of things of hiring, and I can't wait to see all the woodwork from East Denver and all the work that Ahmed has been doing for us behind the scenes while we're all at East Denver. So I'm sure I'll have lots of interviews, but I still don't know of a DevOps person. So if you know of a good DevOps person, send them our way, please. Also, we have a lot of other things out there. We have always looking for a senior Solidity developer, Twitter specialists, front-end rock stars, delivery managers and product managers, and anyone who's down to make some DAO proposals, because we have no shortage of proposals to make to our partnership, our friends, our friendly DAOs. Also, we still have Melody and Suga in their trial months, although I think this is the last time I'll have to say that. I think their months are about over, so that's super cool. But also welcome Jahan, Jack, and Claire into the team. If you see them around, make an extra special effort to help them integrate into our team. And that's everything. So I'll just pass it directly to Mitch for the DAO working group.
Yeah. So like Griff said, there's the one Give Garden proposal that's up there. And link is not in the slide. But basically it's normally be missing about like 4 days or 3 days more of advice. But it's up there. So ideally we should leave any advice in the forum post there, and then we can vote it through the Give Garden, just following our 5 advice process that we have already laid out. Last week we passed a bunch of proposals just to correct the ones that I'm sending out payments, topping up our token distro, snapshot voting instance, safe enough to try. So we'll be using that soon to create some votes to get some community signaling. Post-conference, expect lots of action in the multi-sigs and the snapshot. Other than that, I don't think there's anything active in the NR Give. Givebacks distro went out, I believe, or they've already passed quorum. So Givebacks round 4 should be good to go. Yeah, it looks like they're already out. After that, multi-sigs, nothing for now, and snapshot same. And I'll pass it back to Ashley.
Thanks, Mitch. Oh, I didn't even go to the next slide. I'm sorry, you guys. All right. In here to talk about the project that he has been working about, the billboard thing that he talked about. There's a link here to their Instagram, and yeah, I'll pass the mic to Sinjun so you can let us know what they're up to.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Great. All right, I'm going to share my screen here. Good morning, good afternoon, GM everywhere. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we see your Discord.
All right, thank you. This is the pitch that I gave at the Metapod pitch competition last week. So thanks for tuning in here. Okay, can you see the slide, Dystopian Dreams?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, I can see it.
Check out this vision of the future. Does this look like somewhere that you want to live? Does this look like a future that you want? How many endless movies and games show us this nightmarish, hopeless, dead future? And on top of that, there's a rampant pessimism in our world today. People really expect that the future will suck. And our media isn't helping. We have nonstop news cycles that show us the worst of human nature and pump us with fear. And, this belief that the future is going to be really bad is very dangerous. And my grandpa said something that always stuck with me. He said that thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. And then I'm worried. Like, are we creating a future we don't want by constantly imagining it and picturing it as bad? And what if we had a channel to amplify our best visions? Would that make a difference? Buy back our attention. We create revolutionary media that ignites our imagination and fuels our future. So we first started with Billboards last year. We got together with some friends here in Oklahoma, and we raised money to put up a billboard. We went flyering, we went door to door, and on top of that, we wanted it to be community created and owned from the very beginning. So we asked people to submit their ideas for the messages, and we all voted on the messages together, and the top messages became real billboards. So without knowing it, I accidentally created a DAO. So the next step is to bring this on chain and create a token that gives DAO members ownership over the project and the ability to vote and reward contributors and creators. So there's so much that we can do with this channel. So what if we had a nationwide gratitude campaign where we used everything that we know about persuasion and human nature to actually help us? We could have solar punk artwork at every bus stop. You could just sit there and saturate yourself in these beautiful green futures. And it's possible now with all the technology we have and the ability to coordinate together. I used to think it would take 100 years to own every billboard, but I think in 25 years we can own every billboard in existence, and we could tear half of them down if we wanted to. We also want kids to be involved. 10% of the ideas will come from kids in public outreach programs at schools. And beyond billboards, this really extends into all media, using media to actually nourish us and inspire us. So we could even have commercials. So instead of a pill being shilled to you on, before you go to sleep, an insomnia pill, how about a commercial that's like, hey, are you having trouble sleeping? Here, take some deep breaths before you go to sleep and turn off your screen 30 minutes or more before you go to bed. We can do that. AR, VR experiences, basically all types of media we can use to fuel an awesome future and a world that we do want. And anyone in the world can plug into our positive social impact system. So, for example, Olivia and her friends in rural Illinois, they can come to our DAO and get the resources and funding that they need to get a billboard up in their town. And that's really one of the big pictures here, is that it's about creating together. It's not really about us going to your town and putting up a billboard in your town. It's about you getting together with your community and creating it together. Because by working together, we change the world around us. And another message here is that these billboards are forced upon us by these centralized companies. You see them everywhere, and it seems like there's nothing that you can do. But again, by working together, we can change that and flip the script. So if we can change something like a billboard, what else can we change? And this is a picture of our community here in Oklahoma standing underneath our billboard. That's the first one that went up. And this is a major freeway here. It actually, we paid for 1 month, and it was seen by over 1 million people, but they left it up for 6 months. So it really did work out better than we expected. So our guidelines are really important. Actually, we do have guidelines for the messaging: no fear and no politics. And this isn't about us versus them. It's not about us versus the big evil company or people. This is about recognizing that all humans are fundamentally good. And really, it's just the systems that we are in that are really preventing the world that we want. And, there's also an idea of like, what does no politics even mean, right? I think it's different for every person. So we're going to use the blockchain to reach consensus on these ideas. It might get heated at times, but sometimes that's where the best ideas come from. And we must see our future to be able to create it. It's not going to happen by accident, you know. And again, the current media is showing us all the movies and media you can imagine are not showing us the future that we want. So if we can imagine it, we can create it, and our future can be grander than we imagine. And this can also be a good PR play for crypto. It shows that crypto makes the IRL world, the real world, more beautiful. This is proof. And this also fuels our rocket ship to take us to our North Star. And that North Star is a world where all life on the planet thrives, where the humans thrive, all life thrives. And this is a world where Web3 wins. And it's where the systems around us nourish and uplift us rather than extract and divide us. If not, if we don't do something about this, we might be living in those giant trailer park stacks in Ready Player One. And I don't care how cool the metaverse is, I don't want to live in that kind of world. So let's create a beautiful future together. Thank you.
Thanks so much for sharing that with us. I think it's great to really pay attention to this messaging that we're getting all around us all the time that we might not even notice, you know? So, yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Maybe we can open it up for questions if anybody has questions or anything.
Yes, I will be posting this. I probably will be putting this project up on Giveth very soon. So, yes, I need it to be in the ecosystem, and any ideas, contributions, like this is a community project, and this is just like what we've figured out so far, and it's going to be open to everybody. Any ideas, billboard ideas, designs, ideas about what we can do with this channel, like I was saying with those commercials and stuff. You know, from the beginning with this project, it was really an experiment for me. Like as an artist, I've always done things like my own way, like my own ideas, and this was really an experiment from the beginning about what would it be like to allow other people to have their ideas be part of the artwork and the project. And so this is, you know, the first iteration, and it's going to be an ongoing community created thing. My job is to like get out of the way and allow everyone else's ideas to be used and to come to fruition.
Well, I guess just more legit. Can we join your Discord and you know, I think we talked about this at the conference a little bit, but you even mentioned the idea of having like Giveth.io on a corner or something that we could sponsor these billboards in some way. That would be incredible. But it seems like it's really community driven. So it's like we'd have to go and like find each community and ask them to do this, or what's the best way for us to go about it?
Yeah, I could see that being a great thing as well, like going to DAOs with, you know, treasuries that want to create a more beautiful world and say, hey, you know what, we have this project, and help each community create their own positive billboard. That could be a wonderful thing to let people feel involved and create together. Yeah, I'm really good at like creating the vision, but logistically, all the pieces that work together like that, I need help with that, you know, more of the logistic ends of things. So, any ideas on that are always welcome. And I'm building out the Discord, the Twitter, and everything now as we speak. So,
ooh, exciting! Definitely tell us when you have the Discord and Twitter's up.
Yeah,
definitely.
I saw your project, the pitch too, as well at Metapod, and I loved it. And I think that what you guys are doing is so awesome. It's just like gave me such good feelings, like such good vibes, and it was just like well presented and super inspiring. And I also really love the shirts. So thank you so much. I think they're the nicest Giveth shirts we have